I was first separated, the mentality was like of a 19-year-old. I literally was taking pictures, and I'm telling you seriously, I took pictures and I cut. I took pictures and I cut my then husband out of the picture. And I'm in the middle of it going, what the heck am I doing? I'm like in my 50s. What am I doing? It's so immature. But I had the mentality of a 19-year-old. The last time I was dumped or alone was 19. So it made sense that I was responding and reacting that way. I quickly moved in with a therapist. It had been recommended, hey, you're in the middle of a divorce. You really probably need to get with a therapist. And so I met online. We were during COVID. And so I met once a week for like 5 weeks. And it just didn't work for me. This therapist had this, like, we got to go back to your childhood and like make you cry about everything before we can move forward approach, which is fine. Some people need that. I did not need that. And so that didn't work for me. But what really made me sort of cut was I was starting to dabble around in dating. And she was going, nope, you're not ready for that. You're not ready for that. And you're not ready for that. And so I didn't like the negative feedback. So I just got rid of it. I'm not recommending dating when you first are in the process of being separated. But for me, it really was an important part of figuring out who I was. Again, I was 19. I had no idea. I'd spent the last 36 years devoting my life to other people, serving other people. I have a natural pleaser tendency. And now all of a sudden I'm on my own. And I'm on my own 50% of the time, completely on my own without my children. So I'm trying to figure out, what do I like? And the idea about a human being that I might want to spend time with, what do I like? It was a very long process trying to figure all those things out, but trial and error really helped. One of my panic moments was when all of a sudden I found out my husband wanted to leave me. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be alone. Who would want a woman with 9 children? Am I even marketable? I mean, the last time I dated, there weren't dating apps. You actually had to go to a bar to meet people. I'm not doing that now. So I remember when my kids were in college and they started using dating apps, and I used to kind of tease them. And here I am a few years later looking on a dating app and trying to figure that stuff out. So started dating some people and trying to figure out what I liked, what I didn't like, trying to really be truly authentic to myself. And what I noticed is I had a dysfunctional pattern. I figured this out without my therapist. I gravitated towards narcissists. I just was attracted to the profile of a narcissist. I remember a guy that I dated with, first phone call, I listened for 45 minutes. I didn't say a word. I was just, and he talked about himself the entire friggin' time. I had red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Guess what I did next? I dated him for 9 months. I knew it right from the beginning, but I went there because that's what I was used to. My ex-husband was a narcissist. That's what I knew. I was with him for a very long time, and I learned how to be around a narcissist. That was comfortable for me. It was like my blankie. I knew how to do that. I knew how to be in an unloving relationship. I knew how to be unloved. And I did it really well. I called it a shelf dweller. I just became a professional shelf dweller. And I started seeing this pattern when I started dating, that I kept picking these similar personalities. The selection that I went through, the reasoning why I chose who I chose, was on this pattern, which I didn't even realize until after a while. Why do I keep ending up here again? So when I finally had clarity, I decided I was going to reassess my self-worth. Obviously, I've got daddy issues because it goes back further than my husband. And I'm going to realize I am worthy of love, and I am worthy of more than this. Just because this is what I'm used to doesn't mean this is what I deserve or I'm worthy of. So I went and made a bold move, removed all expectations and my narrow-minded sort of parameters in my dating app, and I ended up finding my soulmate. And he doesn't fall into the categories that I would have usually choosing of my natural disposition for a dating app. It was amazing. When you just let go, you just let go. I'm such a control freak, and I just let go, and my soulmate just arrived, and I am loved so well. I am loved so well, I didn't even know it was possible. I had no idea I could be loved this well. And that's another topic, because I've already written a blog on when you're not used to being loved well, and you would like to be loved well, and then you are loved well. You actually have to learn to be loved well.